Alright, this is exciting. Finally, another arena open. I thought these were gone, but luckily we still get to play more. I needed 4 tries to qualify for this. That was demotivating, but I got there in the end and I really wanted to play that one. I like the format a lot. Let's go. Man, I love playing with Tezzeret. I know it's not a great card, but it's colorless. It does go into certain archetypes, so maybe I shouldn't be picking that. My safe kinda go-to card is this Landseeker. Scrapbot is also just completely safe, so there we could go and stay completely open, but then it's debatable, do I actually want that Tezzeret? You need some 1-drops with this to be good. There's also the Terra Botanis, which is a good card, but I actually want a slight... I mean, I don't like green that much. I kind of want to avoid it a little bit because I think it's going to be overdrafted. So for me, it's either one of these 3 cards. Assembler can be good, but it's a more demanding card. I'm going with Tezzeret. Let's go. It's only arena open. Oh, somebody passes a Endstone. That card can be good. I mean, it's an insane top end card. There's a lot here though. Like, I like Oblivion. The draw spell is great. Something like an Operator would be excellent with Tezzeret because you can pump it, but I'm not too married to this Tezzeret. A Relic as well, which is one of the best commons. So a lot is here, and I can see like a Relic having a higher win ratio and being a better card, but I'm gonna go with this. And then we just need to figure out how to control the game. So I'm a big fan of the Titan. Blue is about artifacts. Again, we don't need to be locked into this captain here. Bolt and Grafkill are both great. I think I'll prefer Bolt because it's cheaper, but let's go with that Titan. That card has been excellent. Evangel can do some stuff, but okay. I think we're picking a really solid uncommon here. So Banishing Light, in my opinion, is the best card, and I'm gonna stick to it. I know Torpedo works with Tezzeret, but we can pick that whenever, and if we go white, I don't think we're playing the Tezzeret. Maybe it was ambitious to first pick it, because it's not even that good of a card. It requires a lot, but it can be good in certain decks, obviously. But it's actually terrible in certain archetypes, and usually white cannot support artifacts that well, but we'll see. I do like blue-white decent amount, so this is best of 3, by the way, so we need to worry about sideboard as well. So I'm a big fan of 2 mana, 2/3s in this format, because that's such a good stat since everything is around a 2/2 at 2 mana or less. So I'm gonna take that ace, even if it reads that it wants Spacecraft. I don't think you ever need Spacecrafts for this card. And it looks like Banishing Light into ace suggests that white is relatively open. Also blue is there, so that's a good sign. Blast is another card Burst, is another card I'm really high on. And I wouldn't mind playing the draw spell, but again we have the Endstone, which is our ultimative draw spell. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, draw a card, and then the life total becomes 10. Oh, there's a Mechan late. We could go here. No, that's just a meme. The dragon is okay, the land. Just go with Mechan, stick to blue. Some late red, but the dragon, you cannot play too many. It is a really good top-end card, and we have like a 7-mana card already. Wings would be great for sideboard, but green is drying up either way. Annul for sideboard. Well, there's a Stinger relatively late, and some decks want Sammy's Curiosity, but specific decks. Annul would be good for sideboard, but I'm taking boosters here. I'm gonna stick to white because we have more quality here. Mechan is actually weird in blue-white. I mean, you can still get relics and you're gonna play relics, but blue-white is more about tempo often than it is about Tinkery, Artifact, Sack Team. So you have to make a decision here. Could take a sideboard card, could take like a decent blue-white card, or just, I think Torpedoes are gonna wheel. I'm gonna go with Modulation because I do think it fits this archetype sometimes. This is a 1-mana artifact for Tezzeret though. And maybe we will get there with the counters, who knows. Well, I'm taking the Enchancer. There's a lot of stuff, like I think we just stick to blue-white. It just feels like it's completely open. This card works in this archetype as well. But I've been fairly impressed by Enhancer. Companion is fine. Companion I like with Endstone a lot, because you don't mill out. This rams us into Endstone. It's good with Tezzeret, but I'm not completely sold on Tezzeret yet in this deck, especially because we're in weird colors for it. But maybe a little bit underwhelming of a stat on it, like 2 mana 1/1. So here I'm gonna go with a Torpedo since we have Tezzeret. Well, we get another one. I guess I could have predicted that. Fine. And we get that either way. We don't have any payoffs for the modulation. Ooh. Wait, that's just a 5 mana 4/5 lifelink flyer. That's a Baneslayer Angel. But can we do something with it? We have tokens. I'm gonna obviously take it. There's some interesting stuff in this pack. There's a car for scrap, another booster, but these are expensive cards. Well, this is expensive as well, but it has the lifelink, so if it survives you, you're kind of cooking. I'm obviously gonna take it. We can even build around it a little still. Expensive artifacts are interesting with Operator. 1 drop, 2 mana artifact. Too bad this is not an artifact, but I quite like the card actually. Also curving from 1 when you have an enhancer. I think it will ruin our deck if we go down this route, but I mean, Navigator is definitely a card. It is an artifact, but there's upside of starting from 1, especially 1 drops when you need to double spell. Whenever in DOP, take a rare. We have only 1 Banishing Light, so wouldn't mind a removal, but Radiant Strike is just fine. So a good red-green card, but not splashable, or it's often not worth splashing. Assembler cares about artifacts or boosters, but we have a boosters already. So let's just take that, and we need to worry about going cheaper. I think this card has high upside. It's also pretty awkward when it dies to bombardment and it down trades on mana. But what are you gonna do with it? I think it fits the deck. Huh. Man, I don't like that card. I know it can win games and it's a good sideboard card, or we can board it out. I don't like it because it's so random. Like block would be excellent. That would be okay. It's so random if you get beaten down, but it also wins sometimes. So I don't know what to do here. Do we just take it? It's also good to have it in the sideboard. I would really want the block. That makes like some of our stuff better, makes the mechan better. Okay, Luminary is awesome. It's a token for this. It's just a really good card. This is going late and there's a block, but again, I don't think... I mean, 2 of these would then make Tezzeret slightly better, but maybe Wheels. But this is just such a quality creature. This land becomes a copy of target land. No. This is double black, so I guess we're just taking the whale, which is a playable card. And I usually will play one, but we're quite expensive. Yeah, maybe that Torpedo was ambitious. There's a 1 mana artifact, a removal. We don't need another modulation. How many counters did we say we have? 2 right now. And these are not exactly the colors for the counters, so eject it is. And yeah, I know the Tezzeret can fetch that, but it's just an underwhelming card in our deck. And again, like, Tezzeret just doesn't seem like it will make the cut. Mechan doesn't have anything to sack yet. Oh, I do like that one. And we can go Control-y here with Endstone. This can protect stuff like Assembler. The Angel also is insane to protect, even though you need quite some mana, but okay. Sometimes the 2/4 is fine. So, Silencer ever? Probably. I'd rather... We're so expensive though. Okay, take the dog over strike. It's an early play and it works really well with Endstone. What's our removal? We said eject. I mean, Torpedo is debatably cuttable. Although this gains... it wouldn't be bad, the card. It does gain life with this, and then that's our win condition. But I don't hate Companion there. We need cheaper cards either way. That's also fine, gains life. To some degree, doesn't do that much in this deck. Yeah, it looks like we're just building a control deck. So a card draw spell, the 5/5. This doesn't do anything in this deck, right? It doesn't get Titan back. It gets a 1 draw back. What an underwhelming pack. Do we need a card draw? Probably rather have the 5/5 right now. Yeah, I'll take the 5/5. Because we're so expensive, it's so hard to... Wow, another Tez. Okay, we're not going there. Banishing Light or the 2/2. I'll take Banishing Light. Having some removal. Like I like this card slightly more in an aggro deck than Banishing Light. But we cannot pump it. Still probably would be good, but okay. Kill ship as well, but we're so expensive. Okay, we could put the boosters on the double striker. But cannot go wrong with Banishing Light. This deck is looking slightly expensive. Exile target creature you control, sacrifice this land, return. Cannot splash that, we don't have any landers. Or duels, but duels are rares in this set. Wait, second one, but there's a blast, there's an angel, there's a relic. This pack has everything. Well, if you have two, you just chain them, but I think one is enough. Just gets an Inquisitor. Blast makes a token. Well, I think it's actually Blast in this deck. Makes a token here as well. Like Blast just helps us survive and all. Why was there everything in one pack? Crazy, huh? And makes like the token can then be also a sack for the Mechan, which is similar to Relic, but yeah, Relic would also be great there. I'm going with a counter spell. Vanguard is lifelink, but we're so expensive. Need to play cheaper cards. There's another Mechan which again doesn't do that much in this deck. It's Mace any good for late game. The one drop for Tezzeret, but I mean I could spec on the Mace. I could just take the Coordinator though. I don't think we can play two Mechans in this deck. The first one is even sketch. Oh, and then this Wheels. Now I maybe regret not taking the one drop. Or Wheels, it's not a wheel, it's a pick 7, but that card is really good in any deck. Not the best operator deck. I think we have the quality, we're just a little bit torn on the synergy. But I'll take the Trooper. Sideboard, one drop. Lost in Space is okay. Is this a Lost in Space deck? I like the one drop for all our counter stuff. I think we're wheeling one of the 1/1s that tap. This is fine. Oh, we wheeled that. So we were completely open. 2-drop Artifact. I mean, this doesn't look that great. But it does work with the... We have enough counters for this double striker to be good. It's just a quality card. And even if you block with it, it's not that terrible. Yeah, I mean, I regret some picks, like especially the Tezzeret pick now looks awful. I kinda knew that what's gonna happen. I think we were in the right colors for sure. And now this Assembler doesn't look that great, but maybe it's good enough. Operator. Let's find focus here. I like one Coordinator. Get more ships, maybe Coordinators would be better. I'm gonna play the space time and regret it. Man, this Mechan just doesn't have anything to sack. Cannot sack creatures. I guess you can sack Booster, but you just then you'd rather you can sack the 2 to keep Booster. I guess that's maybe, but even that is underwhelming. And then we're low on artifacts, right? 8. The Operator is still gonna be good because it ramps us into boosters, and it ramps us into Endstone, and it wears counters pretty well. So you gotta play these 2 drops and early plays. These are kinda reactive early plays, which gives us something to do. And I think you wanna be around 10, even though some of our stuff is pretty underwhelming. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe cut Assembler, but I do really like it with the Angel. But I'm afraid it's gonna be clunky. And these 2 are our win cons. Like second Coordinator, this Mechan Zoa. I mean, Mechan Zoa is usually good, but we are somewhat expensive. This is card advantage. Okay, Galeblade, other than wearing counters really well and working with a Titan, doesn't do that much. So that could go. One more white. And this is surprisingly good assembly deck, actually, even though, I mean, Enchancer could also go, but now it's a little bit worse because we don't have a 1-drop. But there's some awkwardness with 2 of these being expensive. I mean, expensive, like they're kind of 6 mana when you need a board presence. Yeah, I think it's responsible to cut because Enchanter for something cheaper. We gotta keep. We really, I guess, yeah, we gotta keep. I think can bounce something. If we get a land, we're good. It's really hard to mulligan this, and it can go wrong. Yeah, but what are you gonna do? Okay, there's a land. None of these do anything yet. Okay, not bouncing that. could get a 1/1 when we trade. Our deck really wants to preserve the life total though. Better to block there, make it bigger, but then the removal gets us harder. I think we just put a counter on it, on the trooper itself, and pass and attack. Oh wait, oh that's great. I could go here also, but I guess now we bounce it. I know they get a, no, they don't even get a lander. I guess I'm fine. Really good on tempo. Okay, that's a problem. That is a problem. Can wait a little with that. Since we know there's a 2/3. This was 7 to crew. Okay, that works out pretty well. But yeah, we need lands at one point. I'm gonna just pass here. Because this is not crewing it alone. But we might not get something. I mean, hopefully we get something. Could get a lander. Probably not. Maybe it was wrong not to Banishing Light there. They attack. Interesting. Indestructible. This game's life. Okay, that doesn't work. I mean, doesn't work. Doesn't. Our plan is not about that. That's why this card is so awkward, because you just need to have a plan. So I'll just banish. I'll attack first, Banishing Light, then. Almost that. This won't probably work. They're on one card. Maybe you just need 3 lands. Wait, they attack? Oh, because they wouldn't block otherwise either way. Let's go. Wait, why did they concede there? Because we got a land, I guess. But we didn't have anything really serious to play. So this card was awkward as predicted. I think I like the 3/4. It just fits the matches versus their creatures well. Maybe 1 boosters go. I don't hate boosters here. The whale doesn't match versus the 5/5 well, but we have Banishing Lights. I'll stick to this. This card is a hit or miss. It's dangerous versus white deck, because white deck can have an insane start. Probably keep, we can bounce something and then draw cards. Okay. But we want a white source in the process. Okay, that's actually really good. They don't have a board here anymore. And we get a 1/1. And they lose a turn. Yikes. So I guess attack. The blade. Okay, there's our white. Could just play that out. Next turn we can have these 2. Need a land still for the 4/5. 4/5 is annoying in this spot, even though Banishing Light answers it well, but... Another one. These are pretty good though. They hit for a lot. Yeah, I think the milk plan is so bad in this deck. But I mean, I don't know. Hesitant to remove it. So I have to sack the 1/1, which means I can pump the Luminary. And this will now hit for a lot. How good is the ship here? Oblivion. Good to know. I don't like the ship that much, but we can crew it relatively well. No, I think it's just this. Yep. So this we can block. So we don't hit for enough, right? 6-7, we would take 7. Do get a lander here is so bad. What if I chump? Then we hit for 6. What if I take it this and chump next turn? I think we take it. Kind double spell with white spells, so maybe just go here first. I want to say Titan this turn, but it, oh man, the mana is so rough in this hand. So we swing with these, but maybe even it's a stabbed, right? Yeah. Block there. This has such a good block. This could potentially crew, but if they don't have mana, then we have a good block. And if they pump, we wanna block with a 1/1. So I'll pass. It's definitely a card. Do they have a land? Wait, if I take it, we win. There's no way to pump. Well, I guess land, man. No, I cannot take it. I'll just block. That was a land. Play this. Can do both. We can do everything. Yeah. I think we deal with that. It cannot attack then. Play this. We want it on the Titan for next turn. They can gain some life, but then they cannot play spells out, then we win. We need to draw something. Let's go. I guess we keep. Not an exciting hand, but we have something to do early. This is really bad turn 3 play. Yikes. How annoying. How annoying. Well, that's a good draw. Doesn't match well versus what they have, but at least it's something to do other than using that one. I'll take it. Okay, that might be worth banishing lighting. This is a little bit annoying. Because eventually it will turn into cards and maybe they have a splash. And the question is, do I trade? I probably do. We won't get a better trade. Although I could next turn use that potentially on it. Yeah, I'll just pass. I don't know. Could be that the trade is good for us, but it's pretty in the dark. And we don't have a use for that one, so at least we can attack and use it now. This card is bad for at this stage of the game. Okay, so hopefully we can use it, because then we get a 4/4. Otherwise, I just use it on one of these. Tapped creature doesn't need to be attacking. I'm gonna go for it. And yeah, it's bad if they have something, but because this can get boosters then. So if I trade, I can drop this. Deal with that, they have a 1/1. Even though this is, I think, slightly better, but it's not like it's doing that much right now. I kind of like the trade. It's too bad to risk a blowout. We need to protect the 4/4 though, but we don't have anything else to play this turn. 5 mana. Okay. That alone needs to attack. They probably have a splash as the awkward part, but it's better to do that than just that. 4 damage is 4 damage here. That is fine. But it does go up to 3, we have to be careful. Well, now we just slam that one. Okay, so let's see what the splash is. Blue. Oh no, there's no splash. Interesting. So they play this just for ramp and for 2 cards. Maybe they have some non-basics. Okay, that's fine. It's absolutely fine. Angel? So if I avoid it, we just make that. That is interesting. But I have to discard something. It's actually slightly better maybe. Even though we might need to discard something good. So find this card. I don't know why I'm doing this pre-combat, but it's not like they have good blocks. Combo. Oh, that's a good combo though. Blade with Adept. Wait, so if I do that, I cannot equip it. This would trade here. I'll just attack in the air. I guess if we attack both, they sort of have to give away. Like they block here. But then again, I'll just slam that. And this, I guess it's fine. Yeah, they also need to... this is really a really good trade because they need to spend mana to re-equip. And we have 2 lethal flyers and this can go on. Probably should have played a land, but they can have this card. Although, I don't know what would do it, like... Because this card doesn't then answer the board, right? I'm cutting that. This card doesn't seem great in any matchup. But we are playing versus a lot of white decks, so... Flyers were kind of good. We will probably want to go cheaper. I'll just play Mekhan. Mekhan versus... It can be good if we put a counter and it doesn't trade with that. Mono white. I'll keep it. It's fine. Have something to do early. We can play a 1/1. Then later maybe set this up. The angel needs to live, and if a big life linker lives, you usually win. So it's a little bit of a win more ability in this deck because all our token makers are so expensive. Oh, that land is actually pretty dope. So let's just play a bigger creature. That was a good draw. I think it's still that. I just don't see how he set it up, and for 2 tokens it seems unnecessary. Oh, let's go. Thank you. They need land, so I see why they're doing that, but that's great for us. We just add to the board here. 4 versus 2 damage, that's quite a difference. Okay, we gotta be careful because they can be mass removal, and this doesn't protect versus that. Okay. It's not, it's to a tapped creature, so we cannot really just swing into it. We could swing into it and they take, what, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's play Doggo. Okay. We have a game. I could have used it as sorta like push 3 damage through, but it doesn't seem worth it. And now we're talking about, but they could have, now we're talking about 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Which is obviously good if they don't have Radiant Strike. Which gains them life and eats a creature. I would say we just attack with Luminary. Yep. And it means they cannot block it here. Shuffle our card, and although we removed that, so maybe it's their stuff still, but these don't do anything in the yard. Yeah, they're all of a suddenly we're the 1 mana screwed. We're turn 8 creatures, so they, oh wow, there's no there's no in between, right? There's no target. Yeah, they can get something back still. Yeah. They draw a card in the process. Pretty good for them. We are in a lot of trouble. They'll put the creature in their deck. Again, we don't have the mill plan anymore, so it's a good draw. I think it's just boosters because it threatens an attack. I know we don't get the max value, but I don't like exposing the angel. The Slight Smith is a real problem. So if they want, they can crew, but then they tap both creatures down. Angel would survive that, but okay. Yeah, they're double spelling. Wow, yeah, their deck is really good actually. Insane. I like Hexproof versus Radiant Strike, so maybe we add that in. Land. So Angel it is. Played that, equipped I could have. No, but then I don't have a double spell. Yeah, the fact that this just now keeps on going is crazy. Okay, their deck is insane indeed. So the issue with the time stop card is that they can have the most busted start ever. I'm drawing a card here now. But it might be needed post board on the play. Yeah, I don't see it. To be fair, this was really close. I mean, we just needed to... We stumbled at one point. They stumbled first, but then we stumbled more. Okay, now it gets a plus. Wow. Just want to see what they have. That's why I'm playing still. Also, Endstone can maybe go far. Can put this onto the Luminary potentially. Double block. If they deal with one, I don't know. This is one of the best black whites I've seen. It has the utility lands, it has the rares, the curve. Okay. Yep. Everything goes in. Okay, so this gets a trait here. This has the... Well, everything has that touch. That's the sickest part. How do we... Yeah, we're just too low, right? We are just too low. I won't overthink it. It's pretty much over. So their proactive threats are so good that we cannot just play a reactive plan, I think. Maybe we need this. But I don't know what to cut. The Mechan? Mechan was clunky. This is good, but I'm afraid we're gonna draw too many reactive cards. We have already the other protection. So probably keep it. Well, it's a good aggressive plan. In a hand like that, you want the enhancer, which I'm having in the sideboard now, but I think their deck is capable of going more aggressive. Still a Savannah Lion. Okay. Good to know what we put on the bottom. Okay. So I don't like that they can play the 2-3 here. Leave that up. Even though, yeah, we missed the damage. That's a great counter. Issues we're kind of out of gas. They have all the utility lands. They were really open in their pot. They go for 1 life. And the crew, that's actually, yeah. And then they gain life and... I mean, okay, next turn we can block though, but... The best draw would be actually the mill card, which we have now in the deck. Okay. Cannot really crew, can they? Let's draw first. Card the land. Well, I guess I deal with that. Never mind, I can deal with that. Maybe we can attack. Are they going for lifelink? They could activate it, double activate if they don't have anything else, but they have to have something. 4 cards. I can ultimately equip on the Inquisitor, which attacks for free. So they're going for attacks here. I didn't expect that, but okay. Makes sense. That game is too close. Oppo is deciding if they wanna station it. I know I can deal with it, but we're gonna wait till our turn. So we got the taboo down. Because then you can have a pump up for Adept. That gets really complicated actually. We can use this as a protection as well. This here. Crew with these two. Attack both. And I don't know how we navigate this now because they're gonna have this pump up. And I think we pass. Maybe we'll just let them react first. It's only for an Inquisitor. Yeah, they gain some life. They actually go for the creature. 1, 2, 3, 4. They still have 5. Oh, yeah. They have 5 for the Adept. So you have to take that. They draw a card, wow. But they have to have it up. We're 1 short. But it wouldn't do that much dealing with that, because then this would still attack. Maybe. I don't know, maybe it would. But now it kind of taxes their resources. Oh, wait. Wait, they lose, right? Because they have to take the damage. At the beginning of your end step, if an online permanent left the battlefield this turn. Oh no, they gain 1 life. They gain 1 life. Because it's questionable now, do we have to deal with the graph ship either way, right? They draw 2. Yeah, this thing is insane. Attack re-equip. 1 short. They go to 2. Okay, that's not the removal. They go to 3. They draw a card. 2 mana left. They gain a life, yeah. Need to deal with 2 flyers. Okay, they go to 4. And the question is, do they have focus fire? Man, I think we got away with something beating that deck. Crazy. Okay. Whew. Need a break. What do? We have a play that doesn't ramp into anything, but if we get a white source, we're actually in a pretty decent shape here. Have more white sources though. I think I should mull even though we are on the draw, so 3 draws to get one. That's still below 50, right? Or it's a little more than 50% actually. I'll mull. You don't have any duels, you don't have any landers, and most of our early plays are, well, even if we draw like a play, it's probably gonna be white. Most of our cards are white. Opponent has a similar idea. So don't have any, like we need a 1-drop here, which we don't have a lot. Well, we have 1, 2. Or just a play. Yikes. That's a real problem. Maybe I just bluff the attack. I mean, they're gonna draw a card here. And I'll pass. Who knows, maybe they won't, but they will be attacking. This is insanely bad, yeah. So we can go this and into tight next turn. So I cannot target anything. They would need a X 3-drop. They can play a 3-drop. Oh, okay, they don't have it. Just Angel Titan. Not that it didn't make that much of a difference, but a fight spell doesn't get a Titan. There is some flexibility later on potentially. I'll just go Titan. This is really bad. If they don't have an answer for that, maybe that's our chance. But they can play 2 spells, draw cards. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, a 5 or a 6 mana spell. Is there any benefit for holding that? The indestructibility is actually saves it. Or later we can block that. We'll just take it. Okay, 2 cards. If the thing is gonna be huge. I assume they have an answer, but what are we gonna do? If they use the Cryo Shatter there. Yeah, bounces it. Bro. It's too much. I think we might be just that. Well, we can block the ship. This we have to take. Never mind. I think on the play we keep space time. These are kind of bad versus the big ship. So maybe I'd rather have something like that, or maybe I need the jammer. System is really good versus the Cryo Shatter, but that's it. It doesn't, like, it didn't seem like it deals with a lot. It's just if we go more aggro, this gets worse. Just gotta draw better. The counter spell is good versus this ship. Okay. This time we have removal, which we badly needed in last game. If we dealt with the 1-3, who knows? That card just cooked too hard in that game. It's also such a polarizing card because sometimes it does nothing. But I guess it's just a high upside, pretty low floor. Type of card. Can play a 3-mana artifact. Wow. That's insane. That is insane. So I could deal with that. mean, I could deal with both, I guess, but then I don't have an attack. So I think they get a hat too far. This is not the greatest attack. I'll hold it back. Just because we have that time stop in the deck, but we have to draw it. If I deal with that, I get another lander. Now it's a 4, could be a 5. This is better next turn. Play this out. They don't attack. We're in such a freaking bad spot. It's crazy. Discard this. No, we discard the... Oh no, maybe it matters still. I would say we let that attack. We kind of have to. I don't know. Like if they play a land, cannot block it either way. So I'll just do this. Okay, so that would have gone through either way. Just have to hope they don't have too much gas. And they gain life. And steps it down. I could go with that and have a counter up, because maybe we still get something. I still have that up. I think that's reasonable. And they could have their counter. Don't like that they're gaining life. What is that scam? Deal with that. Get a 3/3 back, but the best would be if we get to counter something. Which is not likely gonna happen. Unless they double spell. Oh, wait. It is happening. It's a happening. Now we go that. Adds power. Play some tempo here. They're gaining life from our curator. I don't know what's a priority now, because we could play long game here. I mean, 1 damage. They gain 2. Could deal with that, but this is gonna be more of a problem as A6/6. Leaves it on top. Yeah, these decks are something for sure. What do you even do here? I guess you gain life if you attack both, so it's the same as just almost the same. Gotta deal with that. This is just... They just gains them life each turn. Kinda repeat. Don't want to down trade. Wait, what's that? Okay, good to know. But they have something else then. I don't think they wanted us to show that. They have something else that they don't want to show. Maybe a counter spell. Who knows? Okay. I mean, now we gain one, but then removal is actually a possible draw. No. Okay, so now it's on the bottom. We still have endstone somewhere. This is insane. How do we shuffle? Do we have anything that shuffles? I guess we gotta attack here. Well, they can just re-equip. I think we still attack. I know it's an up trade, but the thing is, if they don't draw a spell, we then can send more creatures in, but they're gaining life either way. Zero artifacts. Mostly lands on top now because that mill was so bad. It's not even a mill. Nothing that shuffles. I guess maybe I go deeper, but a 3-4. No, I guess we have to cycle it here. Get to endstone. Put it here, maybe here. Yeah, I'm gonna sack it. Okay. The life doesn't matter that much now. I think trading is fine. Have another one? Could be that they had two, but yeah, that's bad. Bro, our card. So we need to save that. Crazy games. Okay. Now it mills only 10, but that's still good. Now we're drawing a lot. 2 lands. We almost don't have lands. 5, 10, plus 2, 12. I guess 4 lands still. 5 lands still. So this helps with endstone. That's our most important card potentially. Whenever you play a land, it helps us not mill out. I mean, I still play it out, right? Somewhere here is the card. Sacks the jammer. Jammer, what a name. Oh, we need to make sure they don't need 10. Draw. Play this. The double strike in the air. This turn we probably want to leave it. Can start bottoming good cards. Ooh. We know it's like still here somewhere. Wish we could shuffle. Okay, that's annoying because it mills. It's interesting that they went for that because we're drawing more. Oh, they also have 8 damage next turn. I mean, we gotta do that, but this we can take one card. Draw here. Angel. Oh wait, they can mill, but then we get it back with Doggo, right? You need to dodge removal still is the crazy part. Okay. Okay, it's 8 now. We double block. Oh no, it's 9. It needs to be 9. Let's go. Two of these. Two of these. Okay, okay. We see the whole deck. That's an upside. One card unknown, but it's probably a land. So they actually don't have a lot of threats. You have to be careful because this, but Doggo kind of saves us versus cards like that. They don't have a lot of threats, so the mill card is definitely great. These boosters don't look great, but fine. I guess they bounce it. If we have time, it's fine. The 4/8s are these are bad for us. And they have the 6/6 as well, which we countered. They have a lot of bounces. I might just play the assembler. Maybe we need torpedoes actually. Like that. I don't know, it's rough. I think we want one boosters. It's just so good. If they don't get the, I mean, even if they get it, like we need have an equipment later. Keep, but this is awkward. Okay, that's a creature. Come on. To make a 1/1, which is actually kind of good 1/1 into that. Even though this is so good versus them still. I can go blast into coordinator into enchanter, but I think I'd rather just use that. This is too good versus them. Two options really. But this is the blast is so good versus the 4 mana removal. And I let this resolve because they really didn't have many creatures. Yeah, they have some stuff, but then again, we can even outraise this. So here we have to make a decision. Do we just play both out? Probably not. But this makes the counter spell slightly awkward. It's fine. So I can bounce that potentially. Now I bounce that probably. Even though... Okay. It's too obvious what we have. So I don't know. I think we still have to pass. Maybe I needed to remove it, but I don't know. Is there any reason to keep those? I just gotta make this bigger, because then it blocks. But they are empty-handed. This we take, this we probably... I mean, the other card won't do much, so just take both. Four, five, six. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the sweeper. But the thing is, they can play something else out. Oh, sure. Okay, we need to draw now something good. I'll keep no lands because of our rares. Oh, wait. Play one out. Might draw something that we can play with Endstone. Yeah, they had to. Why didn't they just wait? This is really good for them, by the way. Because they're gonna mill us out. Okay. Need a doggo and Endstone. I could go this. Counters on. Yeah, maybe I should. Bro. Nah, that's insane. It's a 2-turn clock. We need Endstone now and then Doggo is gone. Yeah, that doesn't do it. Well, fair fight. I think our deck was relatively good versus that matchup. We just needed... Well, it depends how it lines up, but these Cryo Shatters are not the greatest versus us. Okay, final boss. Mul. Okay, we have a plan. It's still that. It's really bad if we don't get a land though. Because then, yeah, we don't want to take any damage till turn 4. And then the dog was still a thing. Other artifact, okay. It's fine, we just gotta pass here. And okay, I'm just gonna do it now. I mean, it's awkward because we're getting pressured. 20 cards and then 10 cards. It's gonna be rough. Oh, sick deck. Oh my god. I'm scared now. Yeah, this is bad. And we still don't have an answer for this ship. I think we just lose this one. I need to board that thingy out. They're too aggro. But I don't know what we do. Their deck is just better. Still attacks. But their start was crazy. Okay, this deals with... I mean, that's risky, but... Now maybe I need to deal with that. They have removal, we lose either way, so I guess it's that. Only issue is if they play an artifact out. Oh, it doesn't deal, huh? But yeah, didn't matter. It did not matter. Okay, cut that. I just don't think we can ever. Yeah, I don't think we can. But our deck is so much worse than theirs. Endstone, that's our top game. I don't know where we get an edge. Torpedo, slow. We get an edge with the long game, but this Endstone. They have so much removal, 2 Banishing Light and 2 4 mana spells. We're also drawing terribly. I don't like the eject. Bro. Man, it's just so... Like, this card on 1 is so freaking insane. Like, you just lose to a 1-drop. Well, we are ahead still, but our hand is just weak. But just because it didn't ask for any tempo is the crazy part. Okay, that's a good draw though. Makes this guy a 3-3. I don't think they can ever attack. Trading 1 and playing the double striker out. You need to pressure this card, otherwise it's just a free 4/4 flyer at one point that buffs their creatures or... Yikes, they gain life. Okay, but we can bounce it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage now. But they go to 11. I'll also go with this. Question is, do I play around that? Counter spell. This is widget. I'm gonna do it in their turn. They cannot make a 2/2 then. This is better, I think. We just need a momentum. Can they double spell? Well, we don't have flyers, so... I could bounce that. We get a 1/1. But then they gain life still. We can still bounce that, but the 1/1 doesn't do that much here. But this 4/4, we need to bounce it still. Bro, get out. I mean, I would still done that because I think it was strategically better, but we just lose. It was strategically better to do it because they tap more stuff down because they expect the life gain. But that's so bad. And they get a 1/1. If I did it in our... Yeah, if I knew it was there, it was better to do it in my turn. But again... I guess we still bounce our 3/3. Doesn't do that much. They're gonna keep on attacking now for 6, so... For that seems horrible. Could get a 1/1 island pump, but if they don't... Yeah, if they don't get a land, that might be... But then they gain life still. Right, let's see what they do. So if I do it here, they gain life. If I do it here, they lose it. But we get a 1/1, but then we don't attack. We have a pump. Here we would have a pump. They tap both down. But if they play that, it's horrible. We give them a double spell though. But I don't know how we deal with that. Freaking widget. So our life gain is hurting us too much. What did you draw? Come on. You didn't. I mean, they still get a double spell. That is still a fact. Oh no, wait, but then we can only cast it. Warp doesn't work from there. Okay, okay. Hopefully they have nothing. I think it doesn't work. I might be wrong though. Yeah, it doesn't work. Okay. Attack all in a pump. Actually legit. Come on, dude. That's absurd. I think we had it here otherwise. But yeah, they're just... To be fair, if they didn't have the spell, they would have a land and they would play the 3/5. A little bit disappointed today for this, but okay. I think our deck wasn't as good as opponents' deck. That's for sure. Okay, wait. They gain 2, they go to 7. Oh, no chance. Just no chance. This did gain them 6 life. But relative to the draft, I don't know. Games were close. Sometimes you just lose. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Excuse my grumpiness at the end. Didn't make it this time.